Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the final word. Everton 1, Manchester United 1, joined by Dave Feely and Keith Mullen. Good to have you back, lads.
Cheers,
Good to have you back.
And you?
Pity we're not talking about a win. Like last time you were in after we beat Newcastle, weren't you, last time?
That's right,
Or Burnley, rather, Burnley. But it is what it is. Yesterday, some changes made by the manager beforehand. Some expected.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting Yerry Mina to step out for Michael Keane. Sidibe coming out for Coleman wasn't a massive surprise.
I think that's why he ended up putting Mina on as well, to start to plug a bit of a hole at the back there.
I think the thing, Yerry Mina's played, I think he's been our best, most consistent player all season. If you're taking it from day one to now, he's been a fella that's been probably 7 all the way through, I'd say. And then lately, Holgate stepped up, obviously.
Charlton, surely.
And no, but look, go back to like the early part of the season, he wasn't playing very.
Anyway.
And then, so obviously to see him step out of the side yesterday was a little bit of a shock. Although he left Holgate out the other week and he's done it with Keane.
And
he'll carry on because he's got to look at for the summer, hasn't he? But
he's thinking system for each game of play. That's what he's thinking, and he's not sort of thing saying, okay, I'm actually going to remain solely loyal to when he actually played there. He's thinking, what's the right system to get the results I want for this game against the way this team's playing? And that's what he's thinking, and it's a great thing to see, because the players seem to be responding to it better than they have to any of the other managers we've had previously, because this fella knows what he's doing.
You can't really argue with him, I suppose, as a player, can you?
I mean,
what we've had in the past.
You know, I think over the next year or two, we'll see some players arrive that can work, that play the system that he's trying to play, and we'll see quite a few players leave as well.
Yeah, definitely, without a shadow. Dave, obviously, Walcott come back in, that was no surprise, I don't think.
I was just thinking when you said that then, last week, I remember walking into Arsenal last week and people saying, Jesus, look at this midfield. We can't run at these, we can't. Well, if you'd have started Arsenal with the midfield we had yesterday with Gomez and Tommy Davis and Walcott, specifically giving you the ball over the top, allowing the two strikers to break them lines, and then we really are in business, by the way. So I can see why he done it, but I did think Michael Keane for me was notable, noteworthy, and I also thought the Coleman for Sidibe, because actually Sidibe was at fault at Arsenal. Defending can be chronic, but going forward he's good. Now, exactly taking Keith's point, what you just said then, it really is week by week. So what I'm trying to say is, if the manager would have had Gomez and Walcott and with Davis as that axis, the previous week, I think he would have played it the previous week, to be perfectly frank with you. Now, Bernard suffers in them switch-ups because of his physical frailty. I don't mean that in any denigratory manner, I just mean he's small. And in this league, it's about covering the full-back, so he will go with a Wobie or he will go with a Walcott. Where
there's a bit of power there.
Well, not just that. Walker gives you the ball out, but Iwobi's more experienced. He can play the wide role, he can drop inside, so he knows about covering for the man off him. Actually, what we're talking about, boys, is the bigger picture in the manager's mind. Like you just said as well, rotating the staff to see who's going to retain. Because, case in point, I know we had a nightmare the other day, but Liverpool will retain people who do not get in their starting 11 9 times out of 10. But they were on the previous staff, and most of their fans looked at them and said, off you pop, tomorrow. Well, I'm saying to you now that we will have additions. We might even have 4 or 5 this summer, but we'll also retain people who you might have thought 18 months ago, Calvert-Lewin being a case in point, actually, where we're going to have to get used to, and that's what he's doing now. Playing Michael Keane when Mina was playing, he needs to view them for when he makes those decisions, and that's as important for us as points from here until May, because we're going to be working with these for 2, 3, maybe even 5 years' time, because that's our focus now, because we've really actually got someone in charge who knows what they're fucking doing, basically. That's what I'd say to you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the shot, I was surprised Sigurdsson played, because he's just not playing very well for me. And Bernard at home, I can understand why Bernard doesn't play maybe the away games because of the physicality. But at Goodison, he always likes to play up, and it was a bit of a It was a strange one for me, especially with having Baines. We tried to go for the slowest left side in the league.
But Leighton Baines
was incredible.
Was incredible yesterday.
That block.
Because he's such a good footballer.
That block at the end was, I had to stand up, Mullen, didn't I?
It was incredible, wasn't it?
Look at him.
Consistently,
he's a footballer though, isn't he?
Yeah,
That's the thing
proper.
about his legs might have gone a little bit, but as a footballer, incredible. But, you know, Everton we got off to the perfect start, didn't we? You know, Dom.
When was the last time you seen a goal like that? When was the last time?
I remember Duncan doing it against Fulham in Moyes' first game.
No, he didn't score though. Someone else scored.
No, he scored. He charged the ball down and then slid and knocked it.
Yeah,
Didn't go in off him.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But I'm saying that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Not enough players going chase to keep it down. Dom done well. De Gea, his arrogance got him in trouble. He thought
every
he had
other
all the
goalkeeper
time
in the league would have shit a brick over that, by the way, because everyone does it. You just expect to get away with it.
So
that'll change, yeah.
It was great. He put his foot up and you won the up and thinking, all right, we'll take that for the, as a start. And then we almost got 2-0 up a couple of minutes later. Michael Keane with a ball over the top. Dom left him for dead. And I still think he could have gone one more step and bent it. He went with the outside of his foot. But it was a very good. I was right behind it.
It was in the corner. If he doesn't save it, goes.
He didn't have the rhythm of his running right.
No, the ball was put it.
And it bobbled in the wrong way. So he had to hit it at that point, and he hasn't hit it with his. He
hasn't caught it properly, but it was a good save by De Gea. But they were rocking a little bit there, and the place was bouncing on it. And I thought the first 20, I thought we were good. I thought we were in control, and then slowly, obviously, we lost Seamus Coleman. But they were just getting a little bit of control at that stage, they hit the bar with Matic.
But this is, a half-decent Man United side at the moment. They've got consistently better throughout the season. So they're not playing really bad at the moment. No. They're playing really well at the moment. I'm quite happy with sort of yesterday. We've come away from thinking, actually, we should have won that game. And we were, overall, I would think we matched them as a team. And at certain parts of the game, we were better than them as a team, So, I mean, if we were thinking, if we go back to, before Christmas, I think we would have took this all day long.
And they were worse before Christmas. It wasn't that long ago. It was only 2nd of March today.
Yeah.
We went there, Duncan went with Duncan, which is just prior to Christmas.
15th of December.
15th of December.
Yeah.
And Man United, irrespective of what we were like, we played well on the day, by the way. The best we have done there for years. But they were a shambles. They didn't have, the substitutions never changed the setup, what they already had going or augment it. They just were throwing players at the same old mix in the thing. Well, yesterday they didn't. They looked like they had a setup. And once they were in the game, they got took them 20 minutes to do it, by the way. But the first half, once they got a foot in it, they looked like they controlled it. So when they went off at half time, I was saying to them, I fear for us here because I don't see how we're going to regain the centre of the midfield with the personnel we've got available. Well, I was wrong because our manager injected precisely that. And from the second half starting, really, there was the odd thing, but we were in control. Martial has got a scoring record against us, second to not that many in this league, by the way. He never had a sniff yesterday. He didn't have a look at the goal.
Greenwood didn't.
So then, let's examine it. So then, the midfield, which has been the problem, let's be honest, we make mistakes at the back, but ostensibly it's our failure in midfield. Doesn't get us the grip on the game, and that's where we lose it 9 times out of 10. Well, second half, where we were water carrying and putting out fires in the first half, looking to chase it basically and not dictating terms, that was the opposite. And I need to say something about Sigurdsson, what you said as well. He's not my favourite. I expect he's very many people's favourite player, but he fits this system. That's why he keeps dropping Delph and he keeps dropping Schneiderlin and he keeps dropping Iwobi, but he retains him. I don't know why the manager likes him. He's put him out wide right now.
Yeah.
That song about Calvert-Lewin where they say he wasn't that great at the start when he played on the right. Well, this is the same with him. You would not have thought he would have ended up wide right. But the manager likes him. So maybe, like I've just said to you before, we're going to have to get used to it for the time being.
He will. It is what it is. I'm not going to make it a thing for Sigurdsson.
I wasn't
I don't understand why he's in the team. I watched him yesterday. He didn't do a tap. Standing and kicking a ball from a set piece doesn't warrant playing football for me. I could do it. Yeah. I could deliver a ball in without having to run around. It's great. For me, it's like playing with 10 men playing with Sigurdsson, but it is what it is. The first half, though, what I thought they did really well was Fernandes got on the ball. And first time I've seen him up close.
Good, yeah.
Thought he looks like a
Decent
good, bright player.
Yeah, he's a good player, man.
If you took him out that team, it's just a workman-like side. He was the little bit of sprinkle that you needed in that side. And what it did to me was it shone the light on us of like, that's the kind of player we need. We need a midfield player. I thought Tom Davies had a good game, actually, to be fair. And I thought Gomez did quite well. He wasn't at his best, obviously, but I thought he did quite well, given
you can see what we've
just
missed.
come back.
To come back from such a horrific injury.
In a short space of time.
In a short space of time. He started yesterday. I thought he did great, you know. Because, you know, you played the game at that sort of, at a level.
At a level, not at that level.
Yeah, but at a level, but you know what a horrific injury can do to your mentality, you know, and he's come back and
I thought what he gives us is that little bit of control. He doesn't panic on the ball.
Bit of confidence in
midfield.
He can switch the play right or left.
You get a glimpse of it where he'll let it run. Instead of taking a touch, he'll go to go as if he's going to go towards the opponent and just turn and leave two of them behind. That's what you've been missing. He's not ready. He's not anything like going to 100% fit, nor has he got his game up to tempo with the season. However, you can see what you've been missing here.
Oh, God.
The pass over the top of the fullback, right into someone's run. You're like, fucking hell, where have you been, lads?
But that's why I was looking at the two and going, you know, a box-to-box midfielder here and we're in business.
That
you know,
Corey from Watford would be lovely.
Someone like that, you know,
absolutely
that. I want Shangari from Toulouse because he's 21, he's a big 6'5", you know, powerhouse.
Not that far away from
and Gabaman, you know, Gabaman, obviously, I've got a feeling the club are just going to leave him. Now, there was hopes that he's going to be back for the last couple. I think the club are just going to leave it and go, what's the point?
There's no point.
Get him ready.
There is no point.
Because let's make sure he can do pre-season properly and build himself up. But it was, Fernandes was that little bit of clash for them. I mean, Matic hit the bar. Pickford made a decent stop from Matic as well. And then they had, obviously, the goal. Now, Sidibe's just come on the pitch. And it's something that I know we're probably going to have to get used to. Them trying to play out because obviously it's come up from the manager.
It's
just annoying because we give them a foothold in the game.
Especially when they're under so much pressure. It's like...
We've done that Watford, I'll give you the worst example.
Done in Liverpool in the cup.
Yeah.
Liverpool where everyone's screaming for Mina and Aldgate. Finally we found our centre-half partnership and then they started passing to each other and it looked, the two of them's bottle went and visibly, literally, viscerally, you could see them feeling it. And I'm saying to you, that now becomes detrimental. I get that we've got a system, we do this and then we do that and then we do... Well, I'm telling you, it's like giving a kid a box of matches when you're teaching in the front of the class and he's setting fire to the building in the back. That will hurt us more than it will benefit us. We will concede more goals, double, than we'll ever score from the tactic. So I'm saying, I don't wish to tell our managers job often, but I'm saying that's got to go. Because we cannot deal. We're playing in an area of maybe 20 yards across the pitch, 3 players with the opposition standing on all of them, maybe 2 yards away. I don't see the logic in it. I don't see where we go. What's the golden Hollywood ball? What gets us out of jail?
Last week at Arsenal, Pickford gives it to Sigurdsson, he falls over, and Naketa hits the bar. Would have been 4-2. And from the same thing, Liverpool away.
So it's got to go.
It's just, to me, it's nonsense, because all you're doing is creating a problem.
It's about knowing when to do it and when not to. Do you know what I mean? Knowing when there's obvious, you're inviting pressure. Do you know what I mean?
So let's just say as a golden rule, let's never do it. And then that's the right time not to do it. Let's never do it.
That's it, isn't it? I think we all, listen, he'll, like you've just said, we can't tell a fella that's won the Champions League.
It's the first time this ever happened, but the Gavin walked out, by the way.
So you've got to just go, well, there you go. But it was just annoying that we give them the ball. I mean, we knock it to Sidibe. He knocks one inside to Walcott. It doesn't get to Walcott. They nick it. And Theo jogs instead of bursting the guts to get there. As a shot, Pickford's got it. As he hits it, I thought, keeper's got it. Just going nowhere. Next minute, they're celebrating. And
I thought that about Benteke.
Well, exactly. How's it gone through? And when you watch the replay, it's actually worse than what you think. Because you're thinking, it's flashed past them.
That's difficult.
As he died. No, his hands are there. And it goes through his hands, which is just... And listen, let's have it right. He's had a poor season, the goalkeeper. He's had a poor season.
He has actually
he's pulled out world-class saves,
so
but he's had a poor season.
But consistency's been awful. Yeah, I'll give you that. But he does in the same game with Benteke, he pulled out a worldie. Yesterday, virtually threw one in and pulled out a worldie later on. All he's doing is equaling it out. What you want is remove the worldies and go to the next levels.
And win your
That's
points.
what you want.
Because who says if he pushes that Fernandes one wide, we go and make it 2-0 again, it's game over. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I just thought I'm not going to get on his back because I've said he's still got room to grow. 26, but he's got to cut out. But that's him and De Gea, 7 errors, unforced errors that have led directly to goals. They're up there near the top of it. He's bottom of the table for shots, goals conceded from shots face Pickford, which is terrible. Isn't it? For a goalkeeper of his ability, and you see him, like you've just said, Dave, make a save. That is it. When it broke to a goal, you're thinking it's a goal, and it saves it.
Well,
that's incredible.
But he done exactly the same against Palace.
He did.
The one he should have threw his hat on, he didn't save, and the one he had no real right to save, he knocked it away.
And he's got to get them out of his system. Tim Howard done this. Towards the end, he'd made that save that everyone talks about against Southampton. But it was his fault in the first place. He was in the wrong position. Just that he managed to recover the worldie.
The season before, don't start me.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So Pickford, he's got the ability. Just start cutting those, and I don't know how you do it.
No, it's experience.
It's coaching, isn't it? It's coaching.
But if a kid done that though, you'd be like, You've let one in there, mate. You've got to get across. He's got there.
He's got to get
don't know what he's doing, why he's not saved it.
Well, he's got to get a grip of it, because if you're a forward or a attacking midfielder,
they're going to start popping it.
You're going to look at them stats and you think, well, we know what to deal with this fella. This is his weakness. So you know what your weakness is. We've got to get a grip of it.
What he's got to do more of as well is that there was one in the first half where it got played and Maguire comes in and he just not have it. He come out knee up, caught it above Maguire's head, and we were away. And it was like, that's what you need to do. Make the decisions and come and be big and strong. 9 foot catching the ball, aren't you? The keepers are jumping.
You also got the momentum coming
out. You know, and you can put your knee up. Let's be honest, you protect yourself. You know, and there's just little things in his game that he needs to iron out. Because I guess if he carries on, he won't be our goalie.
No, he won't.
Everton, you can't, because you can't stand for a keeper that Liverpool had Minshall, and he was very similar. He'd make. Normally in derby matches, he'd make incredible saves. You know, still think he's got the record, hasn't he? 9 saves in the 3-3 a few years ago. He'd make unbelievable saves and then let silly goals in. And they used to say, you know, he's whatever and this, that, and the other. They got into the top 4, and then Klopp just went, decent keeper, but you're not what we need to get to do.
To get to the next level,
And we've seen it with. We watched the best goalkeeper that's ever lived, and the amount of points and games he won us single-handedly.
But also on that point, he was magnificent when he was 25. But the other thing was, he was a different goalkeeper by the time he got to play United, and even in a couple of years after it, in '95. Different shape, different attributes, different all of that. But his experience, so this 2.0 version of him, of Neville, was just as effective. It wasn't as aesthetic, wasn't as athletic as the first one, but it still won your stuff. So the pragmatism aspect of it, the just stoic thing, I'm going to get better no matter what. If he could add an element of that to his game, our goalie, and take a little bit of the ego out with respect, if you don't mind me saying so, from the outside, I think he'd improve, because I keep saying this about him, the things he's got, the saves he can make, it's very difficult to put into someone who's just average in order to give them that extra little bit of sparkle, like what you said before. Well, he's got it, because he keeps making these worldies later on in the game, having threw one in the first place. The actual operative aspect is, cut out the fucking mistakes. Just cut them out, and now you are in Europe's better keeper bracket, just by definition of you keeping clean sheets and making them worldy saves. That's the whole ball game, literally.
Yeah, it's something that obviously you need to do.
It's work, isn't it? It's work in I still think it's work on the training ground. He needs to work on those weaknesses, his positioning and the decision making.
Get better and better.
That's where it works, because if he can't resolve that, it's not just his Everton place he's going to lose, it's his English place as well.
But it's also...
He'll eventually lose, because someone better will come along. There's
always someone
who's prepared to work.
Of a concentration aspect. Those particular 2 goals, the Benteke one and the one yesterday, it really did look as easy to save them. I'm not a professional footballer and I wasn't there, I didn't see the conditions, etc. However, and the sun was all crazy in his eyes. I'm not making excuses for any of those things. However, to the casual observer, you'd say a goalie of his standard should save that one and the previous one. So you'd say that's constant. If you've already got the ability, like we've just admitted, to make the better saves, like the more difficult saves later in the game, you've got that in your locker. That's a given. So that would suggest then that them little half-ping errors, they're more concentration than they are actual technique.
Yeah.
It's not like you can't do this job we've given you, because we've patently seen that you can. So back to his training ground thing, that is an actual tweak. You know the way they say it's not a big thing, we just need to tweak it a little bit?
Yeah.
But my dog, if ever there was an aspect for that idiom, that's what it is. It's really, because if he can cut that out, he will go up not just one level, he'll go up a couple, maybe even three, because then he will be England's goalkeeper. And you'll have to do something decent to beat him. Well, right now, that's not the case. That's the actual problem, I would
For
suggest.
Everton to go forward, they've all got to step up levels like a couple of players have.
Yeah.
They took over a little bit after that, and I think you're looking at it thinking, I can't wait for half-time, because otherwise these are going to get in front. Without really, it wasn't like they were carving us open, it was just that they had a lot of the ball, and they were pushing us back, and we just weren't getting forward, but we had
they're
one.
a team that's confident right now, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
they've got a good run. They'd won the last couple of games. They'd scored a lot of goals in the last couple of games. They'd gone up to Chelsea the other week and beat them 2-0 in a big game. They'd gone and won at City recently.
They will have sat there and thought, okay, we're 1-0 down. It wasn't a worldie. It was a fluke of a goal. We'll get back into this game. That's their mentality, you know.
Yeah, well, when you're confident, it is. But we had a great chance right on half-time. Lovely move. Great ball by Baines, and Richarlison, for me, he's got to score. He comes in, free header, 6-yard box. He's great in the air. And I think he might close his eyes and tries to, trying to direct it. No.
Not like him.
And it went across. But we went in 1-1 at the break, and you're thinking, like, okay. And the one thing I've noticed with Ancelotti is he's been able to muster up a difference in the second half if it needed it. Seen it at West Ham, we were shocking. At first half of West Ham, we came out and dominated the second half. Arsenal last week.
Oh my God, what did he say to them last week?
Despite...
Do us a favour, don't concede in the first 35 seconds and everything's going to be fine.
What he'd done at half-time, though, was that Saka was causing us a few problems. Second half at Arsenal, the kid didn't get a kick. We got a couple of tweaks, but you go to sleep. Leighton Baines doesn't stop across. Sidorby decides he can't be arsed marking Aubameyang, and that's why you're behind. But I thought he did it again. We came out here in the second half and we got control of the game. Davis and Gomez started being a little bit quicker. We were in it. And this is what I'm saying. If we would have had... Like, Walcott had a poor game for me yesterday. There's games when he's effective.
He wasn't very fit, though. He's just brought him back.
Oh, he's not fit. He's not fit, but even when you're not fit, you've got to make the right runs. He wasn't. He was coming inside. There was one stage in the second half where you could see we were 4-2-2-2. The wingers were in, the midfielders were in, the strike, and it was like there was no width at all. And he's up against Luke Shaw, who for me is bang average and looks like he's had a few too many Greg's last year. His backside. It's J-Lo. Or Nicki Minaj.
All right, yeah.
But and that was where, for me, if we would have had two better options than Sigurdsson and Walcott, we'd have won the game, because Davis and Gomez got a grip at that midfield. Baines started getting involved. Sidorby was trying to get forward a bit more. And we did okay. We wrestled control of the game off them, and they were basically for a while were just subject to Fernandes shooting from anywhere, trying to catch one, and he didn't catch another one, and that was the thing. And we had
McTominay at the bar, by the way. Or was it?
That was in the first half, wasn't it? But then, second half we get a free kick, Sigurdsson hits the post, and Richarlison's close, and we started to get those opportunities. We had 13 corners by the end, and didn't trouble them with any, really. And that was where we just fell a little bit short for me.
Well, I think the amount of corners we've been getting on, we haven't seen this for a while at Everton, where we need to be deadly at set plays, and that's what Sigurdsson's there for. That's part of his role, and Baines and Digne. That's what that's part of their sort of.
We are poor
who they are, so you've got to be doing, but we haven't been deadly.
We are like
we get a corner and they're not. The opposing team aren't exactly terrified.
We're always
You know
second
what I mean?
favourites.
Without Mina, we're nothing.
But even with him, but take 2 games out of the season, even with him, we've been
Yeah, but he
garbage.
causes problems. He's
We
pulled
don't
off.
score though,
Well,
really.
yeah, but I've seen goalies make 4 or 5 worldies from Mina this
No,
season.
no,
'cause he's the
agreed,
only
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Keane's 6'4".
Yeah.
You never think he's even going to edit a goal. Just hits him on the head and go.
Yeah,
I think he just jumps like that. Doesn't get anywhere
Michael
near
Keane
it.
scored in the Cup end, by the way, so respect to Michael Keane.
So
on
did
that
Matty
point.
Pennington.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
I mean,
matter.
so
He
the
did it.
result was the same, and Matty Pennington
Yeah.
did. So
Alex
I
Young
wouldn't-
never, by
I
the way,
wouldn't.
but whatever.
Well, hey,
Anyway, I need to make a point. I'll tell you what I have noticed, specifically under Carlo Ancelotti. We are getting better in the last 15 minutes of games, and specifically Richarlison is becoming, usually on the pitch out of both teams, he is the most effective player in the last 15 minutes on both sides. He certainly, as a rule, is the best in our team, and that has increased exponentially since this manager come in. Richarlison's always been our major weapon. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about we were losing games at the end of a contest. We weren't winning them. We were losing them. And now, week in, week out, even at Calvert-Lewin's header in extra time last week against Arsenal, we're still in the game at late. Our legs had gone 78 minutes prior to Christmas. We were out on our feet. Sometimes at half time, we were already out on our feet. Physically, mentally, we were washed out. Well, what I'm saying to you is, in 3 years' time, when he's 3.5 years, 4 years' time, and he's coming to the end of his contract, please God that he's still here by then, and we look back on it, that will be one of the things, because I'm telling you, if with the addition of the transfer market and the players he's going to keep, who will have already known, seeing colleagues get fired out the door and now understand what it's going to take to stay around here moving forward, by the way, these are things what are absolutely intrinsically crucial to the whole project, and he's picking out the most able to do it first. Richarlison is, we all know, our best player, so we've gone to him. He fancied Calvert-Lewin, he's empowered him as well, so he's now saying to the others, this is what happens when you listen to me and do what I tell you. So now they're going, hang on a minute, he's in the fucking goal scoring chart, he's Brazil's number 9, and they're both only 22. Okay, I'm willing to buy it. So I'm saying to you, I really think it's important, that specific issue, that we're getting better at the end of the game, because if you look at all the teams who win stuff around this continent, that's what they all do, and that's the sign of somebody in charge who knows what the F he is doing, by the way. And I think it slips by often because we play week in, week out, there's loads of incidents, but we're not seeing the actual incremental progress going on as a subtext. It's not points and goals is what I'm saying to you. This is big deal for us moving forward, and I think we're now starting to get consistent glimpses of it week in, week out, and that's what gets you points. If you look to Watford, what he done at Watford, and he literally fucking run it from his own half. He did it twice at Arsenal. He put 2 balls across the Calvert-Lewin at Arsenal. Both of them should have been buried absolutely on a. He's doing it himself, so he's now empowering him. Well, that comes from over and above. He's twice the player already what he was under Marco Silva, in my opinion.
That's also about the system as well, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, the playing to the strengths, and having those two up front at the moment, they're getting so much. There's so much. They're used to each other now. Playing together, they're terrifying defences. I mean, Calvert-Lewin, I don't think he lost the ball in the air yesterday.
He's good yesterday.
He won everything.
And that other
yesterday
fella's
in
got
the
a
air.
head like a fucking slow cooker.
And it's
So he
like,
sned the ball, the other fella.
You know, that's what you want to see
But
from
he
him,
did,
because
he did,
I mean, what's he sitting on at the moment? 15 goals this season
total, yeah.
in total. What, 13 in the league?
Yeah.
You know, when no one here finished, the potential, or 12, yeah. I think there's potential.
13 yesterday.
13, isn't it? I mean, the potential for him to have 20 goals by the end of the season. That's replacing Lukaku, but in my eyes, with more to his game. He's winning that.
Yeah,
he can control the ball. The ball ain't bouncing off him.
No.
Do you know what I mean? He can control the ball. He can hold the ball up well. He's growing into.
He took one yesterday from Pickford, I think, and he just killed it on the inside of his foot. And
You know, we've got to
say
we've
here,
got to
though,
play it here, boys. You know what I mean?
for the 15 months he played in this team, maybe he came on here and said it, actually, they threw him to the Lions. He was in that team, never mind about his career, just be a back-to-goal striker to knock it down for other people. He may as well have been that board with Ped on it over there. That's all he was. And they did not care about him, his long-term development, where he ended up playing for Accrington Stanley. They didn't care. Both of those managers, 3 of them, threw him under the bus. They had no concern with his growth, his long-term career prospects. They did not care. Well, guess what? That learning process, what he did, Everton screaming at him, he never scores a goal, doesn't do this, doesn't get in the box, doesn't shoot, bah. Well, all that back to goal thing is now coming home to roost because that's his experience and he's added the goals. You put those 2 things together, you know, that's a centre forward.
He's not instinctive in terms of he doesn't naturally run in. Richarlison does. Richarlison will get it. He's brilliant. Listen, he's gone up more than any other player over the past year, 18 months.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, my criticism of him was he was on the halfway line when he's your number 9.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's no help to us. We need goal scorers, and particularly since Duncan got hold of him. Duncan got hold of him, stuck him in Richarlison, 4-4-2, Richarlison and down through the middle. All of a sudden, a pair of them have gone, and Ancelotti's come and uses 4-4-2 anyway. He's obviously a world-class manager.
And he's gone.
But he said, Ancelotti criticised Dom straight away. That's great, but he's never going to score if he's not in the box. So immediately now he's in the box. And me and Ped were talking last week or the week before when he come out and went, I'm gutted now when I don't score. He was never like that. He was like, about the team. Well, now that's what you need, because when you do that was terrible. You know, Lukaku was terrible. Players who were fuming when they don't score. I've asked strikers and the problem. We won, that doesn't matter. I never scored. Because you've got to be hungry.
You've got to be hungry,
However, though,
he's disappointed if he doesn't get a goal each game now.
That's it.
And that's what you want. That's what you want.
His best goal for me this season was Man City, you know. When he robbed Coleman, did a little clip. Headed it in a centimetre off the line.
Didn't he tweet yesterday that he just won goal this season?
But that's it though, isn't it? It's the thing of get yourself the right areas, you will score a goal. We know he's brilliant in the air. We know he works hard. We know his touch is good.
He's like Sharpie. He reminds me of a young Graham. I thought this at the start. It's just his touch, particularly out the air, like what you just said from Pickford yesterday. Honest to God, that if you've got that tactic in your team, you can have a little striker who's fast playing off him, you can have a big bulky fella who runs off him, or you can have the Richarlison, because it literally opens up every single angle to you. Have you seen this kid 100 metres? Himself, never mind. He's fast. So all of those components.
We don't give him enough clue, that's the problem.
That's about the team growth. That's about adding a midfield who can drive and who've got width and break on you. You add those things to the strikers. Or remember what we're doing since Lukaku walked out. Remember the conversations you and every guest you have on here every week have about our paucity at the top of the pitch. And look at the riches we've already got now. Before we've even gone to the transfer window, we say to the next fella who's coming in, we've got these 2 here. We're going to have in our midfield. And that's going to be the defence. We want to add you at the top of the park. Can you do this? He's going to be like, give me the fucking pen. Let's go. This is ready. This is now looking like it's fit for purpose. And in all the time me and him's been coming in here, it's never looked like it's fit for purpose. It's looked like we had a hope if we did this or we did that. This is a different deal.
For me, it's the fact that you're putting 2 strikers up there. We've played with one up front for years. Moyes started it, and we've never deviated from it.
Because you can play it next to midfield. It's like a comfort blanket.
Which is nonsense.
It's a comfort blanket.
Unless you've got Liverpool's front 3 or Man City's front 3, then everyone else is just trying to play this way because it's the
cool.
way it's cool to play.
And it's trendy.
This is how you play football.
It was Dawson. It was trying to.
This is the modern
playing
game.
a midfielder as a defender. You were trying to play a defender, but you'd actually play the next to midfielder.
It amazes me. We get people sometimes in the comments going 4-3-3 is the way to go. 4-4-2, it's outdated, and you're just like, it's not outdated, is it? You put specialists up front who score goals.
It depends who's playing it too. Is what it is.
You know, you have people up front who can put the ball in the back of the net, and that's what. And it also is very easy to identify what problems
are. System depending upon whether we're attacking up, or you can see the team actually restructure whether it's depending on whether they're attacking or defending.
If you look at Everton's team now, you've got a core of young players who are all very good. You know, the keeper, all right. Keeper's got potential to be good. You've got Luca Dean, who's 26. You've got Mina, 24. Holgate, 23. Then you go into midfield, you're Tom Davis, 21. Whether you like him or you don't, still a good player. He's played over 100 games. Alex Iwobi's 23. Bernard's 26. Okay, he's a bit older, 27. Gomez is 26. Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, Moise Keane, who's learning. All right, he's not ready. He's not ready yet, but he's 20. He's 20 on Friday. So straight away, Anthony Gordon, who's knocking on the door. You know, then Lewis Gibson, who's been outstanding for Fleetwood. Whether he can make it, we don't know. But we've got a core of players who you could mould with a little. If you sprinkle the right mix in, you have got something to go for. You know, we've got, for me, for the first time in a while, I won't be banging on this summer, we need a striker, and I can't remember the last time I didn't say that. Because we've got them two, and we've got Moise Keane.
I still think you'll see one.
I don't. I think there's other...
Midfield.
The thing with 4-4-2 is it's very obvious where you need players. Brands has already put the structure up and gone, well, we've got no right-sided midfield player, no right winger, other than Walcott, so there'll definitely be a right winger. They've got a decision to make on a right back. I think there's a centre back. I think this, which is why I think Michael Keane will be sold, because there's one who you've got their eye on, and then he'll have Gibson, and then it'll be a big, powerful midfield player, and he'll try and get rid of Gylfi, and they'll try and ship out Schneider.
And Delph, probably.
I think Delph will stay, because I think Davis might be put on loan.
I need to tell you that. I need to tell you this. I kind of take on board what you just said, but I disagree with you, and I will say to you, for what you said about the goalkeeper, you think he'll be off and in. I disagree with you, and I'll say there will be a striker coming in, and he won't touch the goalkeeper. I don't think it'll be a striker. I'm not necessarily saying the striker will come in to replace either of the two strikers who's there, but I'd say he'll probably be about 27 years of age, played in a couple of leagues, and have awareness, because let's have it right. And I also don't think Michael Keane will go. I think they'll buy another centre-half and have 4. If he's looking, especially if we get into Europe, he'd be looking to have 4 centre-halves, like we should have had last year. The Zuma thing, that was an error by Brands and Silva, whoever it was. That was an error, and he rolled the dice on our season, and it nearly fucking shipwrecked us, by the way. So that can't happen again. So you keep them and get 4, and the same with the strikers. You get 4 in case one of them gets a long-term injury, and you get a form thing. You've still got 2 you can rely on week in, week out. This is what you'll get from Carlo Ancelotti. He will not ask about, he will go in there and tell him what he wants.
The thing is, it's not about asking about, we've got all the money in the world. We've got a briefcase with 600 million quid we could spend, but we can't spend it. And therefore there'll only be 3 or 4 players. So you'll look and go, what's a priority? Strikers aren't a priority. We've got 3. We've got Ellison, we've got Anthony Gordon. We've got Richarlison, Walcott won't go nowhere. He's the one, out of all of the ones you talk about, not having to put up with, but keeping, because you can't get rid of him. He will be the one, because he fills 3 positions. You play up front, you play left and right.
And the pace.
But Schneiderlin and Sigurdsson will try to move them on. And that's why the striker, when you do a list of who to get, the centre fireworks will be near the bottom of the list.
Yeah, that's opinion. But
if you can bring people in and get the money, if you can do it with FFP, that probably means we have to sell someone, and we'll talk about that off camera with a thingy. But that's the way it is. But this fella who we were talking about, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, there's his numbers. He was absolutely brilliant yesterday. I thought second half he was magnificent. He played well first half, but second half he got better and better. 44 touches of the ball, 1 goal, 4 shots, 3 on target. I remember doing the stats show on Peyton for weeks and weeks and weeks. No shots. 11 touches. 16% pass completion.
But that was actually symptomatic of the system.
I'm just saying,
but
this now, taking shots,
he's a centre
having
forward
shots.
now.
He's now a striker. He's now someone you look and go, if he wasn't in the team, you'd go, why's Dom not playing? You would, whereas a while ago he'd have been going.
Or where the goals coming from?
Is it Tosin? Is it? You know what I mean? 17 successful passes, 6 successful attack and third passes. Pass accuracy, 74%.
Excellent.
It was 11 at Burnley, I think. Something like 11 or 17. I'm just thinking it was back in October. 5 aerial duels, 1. This is up against Lindelof and Maguire, who were that's their best 2 attributes. I mean, everything else.
Defenders are going to be terrified of them.
3 ball recoveries, 3 headed clearances, suffered fouls, 3. Joe's put excellent again, and he was, like we said before, for me, the player that's improved more than any other Everton player over
I think he's the
last
most
12
improved
months
player.
easily.
I have said on that radio for a year now, he is the most improved player in the league over the last 3 halves of the season, i.e. this first half and the previous 2 halves of the previous season, from what he was at the start of the previous season to get where he got to by Christmas, then by the end of the season, and that from that point to where we are today. Every single step he has gone up a level every time.
What I would say though is early season he wasn't playing very well. He was back out the team. Go look at the game. He was back out the team. Didn't score a goal. Got 2 goals at Sheff Wed. One at Bournemouth. That was it. Duncan took over. 2 in the first game immediately, and then Ancelotti's come in, and like you just said, he's gone. So really, Ferguson putting him with Richarlison has brought him on leaps and bounds. Now people look and go, I'll put some, like you've just said before, put someone next to it. Anyone can play next to it. Moise Keane, who I think is, he's a very rough diamond. Moise Keane, there's things
still
there.
Like to work with it though. You still look at it, give him a couple of years.
He played up front with him against Newcastle, scored a goal, looked a different centre forward. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when he was up front on his own, Keane, you were looking and going, I don't know, he's not ready. Now you've got those 2 in front who are brilliant, Richarlison and him, and you've got this kid who's a bit of a handful, and if you can polish him, you know, and if I was, and I don't know, but if I was Ancelotti, I'd be saying to Duncan every day, half an hour after training, get him nailed down, and if you're talking to Moise Keane, you're saying, look at him, look at Richarlison, look at Don, that's the level. And then if you're Ellis Sims under them and Anthony Gordon, it's look at those 2, they've gone, you know, especially this fella was bought in and all that. But yeah, I thought he was magnificent second half, and you know, obviously we get to that crucial time in the game, don't we? Whereas you know, we're all over them and they're playing on the counter attack. We'd had the one where there was a little dummy and Baines got back to make an incredible block. Zagallo's on his own. It's a goal. It's a goal. He misses that. It's a tap in and you're 2-1. Then they have the other counter attack which Pickford makes. It's still a good save, the first one. I know people are critical of it, but it goes up in the air. And when it went up in the air and dropped, I just thought, he's on his own. I'm thinking he's scored. 89th minute, he don't deserve this. And it's that moment where, you know, he saves it, the ground rises, and everyone's like, you've redeemed yourself because it's a world-class save. And then we go down, you know. It was swinging then, wasn't it? And that was what you said before, is like, even in that 91st minute, we were flying down, trying to get Richarlison's running 70 yards with the ball, and we'd already seen Don have what a great run. Great ball by Tom Davis, and he gets it out of his feet, hits it, and De Gea blocks with his feet. And then we have that move where Bernard does brilliantly, comes inside, curls that lovely ball, the same Moise Keane ball for Newcastle, curls it. And if it would have got past Rich, he'd have scored, but it got underneath him. He knocks it square. Sigurdsson comes in, hits it, De Gea saves it, but he's taken out a penalty.
The penalty.
It's an absolute penalty. If that's outside the box and you pass a ball to the wing and I clatter you, the referee doesn't go, well, hang on, it's not a free kick because you right back got it. He goes, come here, you, to make your bucket.
That, I'll say exactly what you just said then, but I'll say no. Let's just say that happened in any other game, any other time. That's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
See, the goal gets given and you forget about the decision, or it's an absolute penalty. Well, the defending team in that brief thing of action there, they do not go unpunished from that. It's either a goal or a penalty, either way. So they do not walk away with the keys to the kingdom after that day, and that's what happened yesterday. That's what I'm on about. If it was in any other game, with any other context, all over the place, that is either a goal or a penalty.
I think if that's Everton v Watford or Everton v Palace or whatever,
it's a penalty all day long.
We get the, well, they just give us the goal, they don't argue. It's United, and we know they want United in the top. It's important for they've said it. It's the Premier League have come out and they've come out with, we've got a plan that means a new team wins it every 6 years. So Liverpool, they're the new team now, so we'll see who the next new team is in 6 years. And Manchester United have to be in the top 4, but they have to absolutely be in the top 6. They've said this on record because it's all about clicks, it's about money, it's about views. Fair enough.
I love it.
Well, that's what it is, it's scripted, but it's a save. It goes up in the air, or comes out, Dom gets it, doesn't hit the greatest shot, I'll be honest.
Terrible.
But it hits Maguire. The 6'4" goalkeeper stood up. And Sigurdsson is only where he why he's just sat there, I don't
No,
he should have got up. But
no,
he's
he
only
shouldn't.
there
If he gets
because
up-
he's fouled.
If he gets up, then he is in his eye line. I did that. I said
know,
that.
but
If he
what I'm saying
moves,
to you is,
if you
look
see
how
them
long he's on
sometimes
the
when they're by
floor
the
for,
touch line and he just stays still.
No, I know.
So you're not moving in anyone's eye line. So
I think
logically,
he
I see
stayed-
why he did that.
He stayed where he is for a couple of reasons, 2 reasons. One, he thinks he's been fouled, and he probably thinks it's a pen. 2, I think I'm with you. I think he doesn't want to get in the eye line of the ball. Thinks, well, I stay where it is. I'm not. If I stay where I am and I'm not in the eye line, I'm not interfering with play.
Because if you see
he
when the
actually
ball,
moves his
he
feet.
moves his
That's what he's
feet
done.
out the way a bit.
And
So
he moves
he's
his
not.
feet
and
out
the
the
ball
way
goes
So
in.
that
because he
suggests-
doesn't want to interfere with play. Not
And De
'cause he-
Gea is looking at the ball.
So it suggests
and
he has been
moves,
aware of it.
Motions, yeah?
Yeah.
Here, because that's
I know,
where
and then
Calvert-Lewin
moves
is.
back, yeah.
And he's never getting back his body weight.
I know,
here.
but he goes to go and then just
Yeah, that's
realises
what I'm
it's
saying.
not
He's never
going
getting
there,
back.
yeah,
So it's irrelevant where Sigurdsson is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's absolutely irrelevant. And it goes in the net. And
It is, it is.
obviously, this is what's crap about VAR. Because your first thing I did...
When you say this is what, as
No, hang
opposed
on.
to every...
I look to the linesman hasn't got his flag up, so you celebrate.
Yeah.
So it's pandemonium. Absolute pandemonium. And then you see that, don't you?
Yeah.
And you're thinking, now Andy, big man, Andy's 6 seats down from me, and I've got a half monitor, I can see half a monitor here. He's got the 2 monitors in
What, he
front
didn't
of him.
give you 2 monitors each?
No, fuming.
Oh, shame.
So Lasso and
Meddling.
Dixon are there, and he's looking Andy. So I'm looking along going, and he was going, moves his feet, he's all right. They're saying it's onside. So you're still like,
Yeah.
and then the minute the referee walking starts going like that, you're thinking, and then I remembered who was on the VAR, and I remember at 1 o'clock driving to Goodison saying, John Moss is the VAR today, so if we need a VAR decision, there is absolutely
No chance.
0 chance
We're getting
of
it.
us getting it because it's him, because he's
yeah.
incompetent.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it's disallowed. And I went and had a chat with Lasso and Dixon after it, because they were on the thing, and Dixon was trying to give it the big, well, you know, the line of sight might have been blocked. And I'm like, oh, come on. Any other team would have got, or if it's at the other end, he would have got
He
it.
is not one of the time
And me
bandits,
mate
man.
Andy's like, if that had been that end, United would have got it, he's going, he wouldn't. So
De
I've
Gea
gone,
is not one of the time bandits. No. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he's 6 foot.
It's
Do you
just
know what I
up there.
mean? Even crouching, he's tall.
I'd have got it. Had I seen it, wouldn't have been in my line of
Yeah.
sight. And the thing about it is, do you remember Kovacic's goal just before Christmas in Duncan's game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tammy Abraham stood directly in front of Pickford, offside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the goal disallowed?
No.
Wasn't even
Don't
looked at.
start me with VAR.
So,
I'll just
no, but it's not
start saying
VAR,
that.
Dave. What it is it's referees, like people like John Moss, who are clueless.
Yeah.
No, but I've
can't
seen a stat today,
interpret
and I've got
stuff.
no
Well,
beef
the
against United, but I seen a stat this morning saying, just this season, goals overturned against you, Everton 0, Man United 10. Penalties given, or this might be the other way around, penalties given, Everton 0, Man United 6.
Aren't we the
And
only
those
team
two
in the
stats
4
might be
divisions without a
around.
pen?
So that's what I'm saying about VAR. I'm the person who's been in every ground all season. I saw Dele Alli take the lace out of it. I saw that penalty at Brighton, which is basically the worst decision I've seen in 5 years. I've seen that. I've seen this one. I've seen a myriad of them all season. Honest to God, I have really. And I'm saying to you, I think the system needs to be put in the bin. It's a great idea.
It's never
in
gonna be,
principle.
though.
It's
It's
like
here to
saying
stay.
living on Mars. It's a boss idea and sound, but actually the practicality of getting there precludes the whole enterprise.
It's here to stay, though. We have to get.
It's absolutely
It
garbage.
needs altering.
No, so it's faulty. If it gets to the point where every single week the punters, the pundits who are getting paid to be there, literally are diametrically opposed in their opinions of it. Banter's one thing, discussion's one thing, but fundamental disagreements about the rules, the state of play, that's not good moving forward. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. It's an absolute shit show at the moment.
But yeah, in the likes of Germany, they look at it's done.
Well, that doesn't
Decision
get
made
us
within
out
a
of
second.
jail, and saying that the Russian World Cup, it all worked fine. I'm sorry, but this is the big league.
Yeah, but
and
because,
you're gonna have to get better.
because they're going to the side of the pitch and the referee's having a look at
No,
it.
but they brought that in
Yeah.
now. Someone told me yesterday, I said something on an interview yesterday where they showed the incidents. Apparently, they changed the rules 4 weeks ago where now they do show the incidents, whereas you've had, you can't change the rules halfway through the game.
That's what happens.
You can't do that. Try and do it in a bookies.
No, I know.
Try and do it in a bookies and see what happens.
And it was also the first time, I believe, that an own goal's been ruled out by VAR.
Yeah, and also the first manager to be sent to need to cry and lie on the floor.
Just gotta,
I'm saying get it and put it in the bin.
It's the interpretation of it.
I mean, the thing is, well, though, I mean, in all of this, offside, which used to be fundamentally quite
kind of
simple,
open shut.
Shut, has become a highly complex decision-making process, and it's still open to interpretation.
Yeah, of course.
All of this is still open to interpretation. There is no scientific sort of solution to all of this.
No.
It is this.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
My
It's
mother
all
would
open
have
to
said-
interpretation, because what we saw yesterday, next week, could be a completely
could be
different
changing.
decision.
Oh, it won't be given. This is what I said.
And it's
Next week
just-
it'll
My
be
mother
allowed.
would have said,
That's
you've
the
got to be a
problem.
Philadelphia lawyer. That's what my mum
Yeah,
would
yeah,
have said.
yeah.
You've got to be a... We sit now, we've been going 50 years each, and we sit in the ground, and there's an incident, and we're all looking saying, so what's the offside rule again? What is it about that
You
16?
see, in old money, though. In old
We've
money.
been going our whole life.
In old money, Sigurdsson was offside.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was,
yeah.
Because in
yes.
old money, you take
Yeah.
a corner.
Yeah.
It'd get headed
Sure,
out.
so
Someone
score
would
the goal.
volley it in from 30
Yeah,
yards.
yeah,
But if
yeah.
you hadn't got yourself back on side
Yeah,
from the
you're
corner
off.
flag,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was offside.
Yeah, yeah.
But the problem is,
This is
the
my
problem
point.
is here, though, isn't it? Is like, me and you never brought these rules in. They did. They brought these rules in. They said phases of play.
Yeah.
They've said interfering with play
Well,
or not.
me and
They
Pep-
brought it
me
in,
and
and
Pep
they're
don't,
not
like we
adhering
do, like
to their own rules.
We do a Premier League show and we're talking about offside and some of VAR. And the most ridiculous part of that law is where you're a player walking back going, I'm not involved here. You're offside.
That's what Sigurdsson did.
Jordan Henderson done it the other week for Liverpool. They won the game anyway because they played, but against Southampton, miles offside, walking back. The minute someone runs past him, stops, gets squared, and he puts it in the net and goes, sound. And yet someone
That's
sat
interfering
on the
with play.
floor.
Yeah.
Well, it's interfering because he scored the bleeding goal.
Because he's on the pitch.
That's what.
Don't
but
get me started.
What I want
to
is
lie
I just
down.
want them to go, this is the law. So if Sigurdsson, that's disallowed, then that's disallowed everywhere now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not, oh, well, but line of sight, it was nonsense. Anyway, let's move on. It wasn't given, and it is what it is. The two Portuguese midfield players yesterday, the best on both teams. Certainly in midfield. Obviously, Gomez, it was great to see him start his first game since November the 3rd. You know, I'd be honest, when he done that, didn't expect to see him for a year.
rest of the
So the
season,
fact that he's back in, 80 minutes played, no goals, 93 touches, 80% passing accuracy, no shots on target, one off, lost possession 33 times, which is a lot, but that's what it is.
I think the 93
Getting
touches kind of negate it though.
Oh yeah, he was on the ball.
It's nearly
So,
double
yeah,
his.
on that. And then if you look at Bruno Fernandes, 90 minutes played, 1 goal, 57 touches, 72% pass accuracy, 3 shots on target, 2 off, lost possession 14 times and 1 foul.
The context of B though, like you said, he seems to be there Mr. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
goes through him, whereas Gomez is more for us the icing on the cake. He's the key of the works, actually. My dad would have used that expression. He's the key of the works.
He's getting it,
And
picking
he
it,
makes
passing
everything
it,
else
makes it
click.
tick,
He turns the big key and all the little machinery works around him. But that 93 touches,
It's ridiculous amount.
it's a thing. That's a statement in itself, because it's telling you by definition, statistically, whether you watch the game or not, he's the force. He's the force what keeps the options moving while he looks around to see if we can either improve the defensive position we're in or move forward positively.
And I think
go, that's a statement that for 2 games in, a game and a half in, to have 93 touches, nearly double his opposite number, that's very good indeed.
Well,
in my opinion.
if you look at how quick they've rushed him back, well, not rushed him back, but how quick he's ready to go back in the team, it tells you straight off the bat that Carlo Ancelotti looks and
got
goes,
a fucking big hole there where he needs
better
to
be
be
the
in
one
it.
we've
Yeah.
got.
He's the boy, he's the boy. Like.
And I think for him, I think in some respects, the way things happen, and you always say it's something good will come out of it.
Yeah.
The injury could actually be a thing that helps him mentally. People went, oh no, the mental side
he's
will
not
ruin him,
strong
that's
enough.
it, he's done
Yeah,
now. I actually think it could be the other way.
No, could be,
He's had such a thing now where he's had to
Not
go,
just
oh
that.
my God, I never thought this had happened to me.
Yeah.
It kind of
The
gives
other
you the
thing
context.
is that what you just said then, but the other thing is he was ostracised at Barcelona, or apparently he was ostracised at Barcelona. Well, guess what? That the antithesis has happened there. So to have that personal, that battle, that mountain to climb, but to remove all the other doubts and self-consciousness, what will manifest in the actual move of you leaving Barcelona to come here in the first place, that's also helped. I think those both two things together have knitted like his leg has, to be honest with you. I think the synchronicity of both that is determination, his personal determination, but also feeling that there's no pressure, there's no time limit, you do what you want, just get better, that's all we want. I don't think he was experiencing that, and I think that contributed to the mental issues you were mentioning the first time, because it's the baggage what came with him. Well, I think up to now, a game and a half in, he's putting that to bed, and that will indeed help him.
Well, the other thing as well, obviously, Marco Silva signed, he signed under Marco Silva's watch with brands. He went out the door. It could have been a period for him where he's out injured. He had a bad injury.
And he might have moved on.
Who's coming in here? Who's going to... And Carlo Ancelotti's come through the door. He's a world-class manager.
Kid.
Yeah, you're in our thing. And straight away, it's like, I need to get back. I want to play for this fella. And he's back in. And like you said, Dave, he's played, something like probably 110 minutes or something in the last week or so. And he was our best midfielder when he came in at Arsenal last week. And he was our best midfielder. Although Tommy Davies did play really well.
But it's still
he's different class, isn't he? He's different class. What else has Joe give us? The red card. Let's finish with this. Obviously, we've already spoke about the incident. This is a fella, Carlo Ancelotti, who is calmness personified. He's cool. He doesn't seem, so far in his Everton career, he's not gone overboard when we've won. He's not gone overboard when this is the fella that come in after Newcastle, which was the most one-sided game you'll ever watch, when we threw it away and went.
The previous one against Newcastle.
I was 3-0 up in the Champions League final, lost that, so we just get on with it. We're all like, oh my God, yeah, all right then, we'll accept it. Do you know what I mean? For him to go on.
That's the look of a man who's about to go, I'm going to make this about you, mate, not me, because he knows he's messed up. Yeah.
But I thought, he's from Manchester, the referee, so I don't know how he was allowed to referee. But secondly, the incident to rule a goal out isn't actually down to him. If John Moss has made it.
He gave the goal.
He gave the goal, so really... I know we all booed him, and he was the thing.
If this was cricket, you'd have to double prove it in order to overturn the decision. You'd have to double prove it.
So why he didn't just say to Carlo, I'll sort you in the thingy. It wasn't me. I was told it was offside. Blah, blah. Now, I don't know whether, and someone can tell me, I might have this totally wrong, I don't know whether John Moss could have said to him, go and have a look yourself and make the decision. I'm telling you, he's in his line of sight, so therefore it could be offside. Go and have a look. I don't know how that works with VAR, because it's still all up in the air.
I don't.
But I mean, for him to send him off,
it's ridiculous.
It's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
I was surprised that Carlo didn't make him an offer he couldn't refuse, to be honest.
Well, I think maybe.
To send him off.
I think maybe he did afterwards.
The game's fishes.
The game
like that. Come out the thing.
The game's done. The game's finished. It's over. He's come onto the pitch. He wants to say something to the referee. I mean, then that's where we've arrived at now at football. If you have a conversation with the referee after the game and the referee's not feeling it, you get red carded. I mean, what's that about?
By the way, though, in fairness,
it's ridiculous.
Have you seen the video of Big Man when Carlo tries to get on the pitch when there's something goes on at the start and Big Man gets in his way and puts him down?
Well, he did when there was that fracas in the first half with Calvert-Lewin. Ancelotti was in the middle of it and Dunk went and grabbed him back.
You said, me and him in our repeated visits here, part of the problem, Peter's over there, we've discussed our lack of leadership, Seamus Coleman going into the thing about Son. We discussed everything about how the antithesis of what happened yesterday with our big ass, respected ass manager, globally respected manager, is in the referee's face in front of the street end going, what the fuck have you just done to my team? Well, boys, that's what you've been crying out for. So but the also, next fella who gets the armband from him, the next fella next season who they decide, but let's wait and see who comes in first. Let's not jump the gun. But the next fella who comes in and he talks to Duncan and he wants to know about how you be the epitome of this club, how you yourself project that image, that's got to be in it. Yeah. You are now the leader of men. so you're expected to do it. So I don't care about him getting a red card. I'd rather have him do that than whimper down the pitch.
I'm just saying it was just.
No, I know you wasn't.
Just going like that to him because he's asking. Yeah,
if you see the video of Duncan when the game's going on, saying "Whoa, calm down, put him back down," I'd say to the other fella and saying that was a moment because now he's invested. He's invested while it's going on. He's invested when it finishes. He's invested when he's going down the thing. Oh my days!
I mean, he's come out and said, and I think today or yesterday, he's to come out and basically said, "It's not the first time I've been red carded, and it won't be the last." That's what I want away from the manager.
Yeah. Boom.
He went on, showed the passion. The referee dealt with it in the way he thought he only could, because he probably thought.
And he's gone.
He's getting abuse from the crowd, probably thinking, is this right, is this right?
Yeah.
What I loved was the fact we showed the incidents on the screen again. It was great, that, because that makes it even more. But,
yeah,
we'll see what happens. It was, but it was good to see that passion. He didn't just accept it and whimper away. It was good, and like you just said, I think all it did was cemented them even more with the Gladys.
Absolutely.
Because that song got started to get bounced out, didn't it? It is, and you're right, David, son, he's respected all around the world.
Well.
Everyone will have, them pictures will be all around the world. And people now will go, oh, Everton were hard done to there, weren't they? Anything you can do by putting the spotlight on these who just decide, like you mentioned Dele Alli before, 26 times they reviewed that decision not to give the penalty. And Everton, I think, was definitely in the Premier League, I think, was still the only team in all 4 divisions not to be awarded the penalty. So since August to March, we haven't been fouled in the box, apparently, even with VAR. So,
see, these value might just eat by the handful. That's the problem with it.
Let's leave it there. 1-1, didn't lose. If you can't win, don't lose. Especially against the team next year.
That's it.
In the, or, you know, who you're fighting for. So we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed we can put a little bit of a run to get a tough game Sunday at Chelsea.
I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine, yeah.
And the one after it, but
then Liverpool. Big thanks to Dave and Keith for coming in.
Peace,
make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. If you want more videos, join us over on Patreon. Go and see Howard's Way as well.
That's the one.
Buy it. Make sure you buy it.
Buy 2, you might lose one.
Buy
2.
Buy 3.
This coronavirus, buy a couple.
We're going. See you later.
Peace.